Welcome to your Daily 5 for Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. There has been some reporting in the last few days that Apple, and this is not confirmed, this is at this point, at least to this recording, as the moment I'm doing it, still speculation, or at least reporting on rumors or whatever, leaks, who knows, that Apple is pausing development on their higher-end Vision Pro headsets in order to prioritize coming out with a cheaper version of the headset, that there may be some delay or trouble doing that because the displays, the actual display hardware to make a lower end headset may not exist at the price point Apple is aiming for. But no matter what, that they are basically putting a stop, at least for the moment, on the higher end VR headset to prioritize coming out with a more affordable option. I don't know what more affordable will mean, but that's what these reports are saying. And a lot of people are attributing that to the fact that the Vision Pro has not had the adoption rate that Apple perhaps thought it did. There have been a number of negative reviews, and even the really positive reviews often have a caveat somewhere within them that say, wow, this is really great technology, it does really neat things, but there's no way it's worth $3,500 to anybody right now. There's also been slower rollout of materials for it than some people had anticipated. And so I was thinking about the Vision Pro headset. I was thinking about the WWDC announcements around Apple Intelligence, AI. I don't think that's nearly as clever as some people do, but that's fine. And that the Apple Car project was canceled within the last, year or so. There's been a couple of things where these are products that were never formally announced, but that we've heard, okay, these internal projects had now been done away with. And it made me wonder, because a lot of people, when Apple had WWDC coming up, a lot of people said, well, Apple's going to have to announce something with AI. They're way behind, and they're in trouble if they don't announce something. And I wonder if Apple didn't actually view all this AI hype cycle nonsense as doing them an immense favor, because the iPhone has largely plateaued. It's still the most popular phone, I think, in the United States and in many other places, but nobody's really excited about it anymore the way they used to be. Apple, for all its work with Apple Silicon and some of the stuff they're doing on the Macs, they don't seem to care about the Mac that much anymore. There's not the enthusiasm there that they keep saying there is, but you don't really see it. The iPad has not been the computer replacement that for a while they were pretending it was. It just hasn't been realized, mostly because of the OS. And I wonder if Apple internally has been struggling with what their next big thing was. And the only thing that was panning out, at least in terms of the tech being able to back up some of the claims, was the Vision Pro, but they just couldn't get it to an affordable rate and they had to release it as it was. And so I wonder if by having to do AI, if that actually gave Apple the ability, the cover, to say, okay, we're gonna turn everybody's attention to this because that's where their attention is anyway, and this lets us fall back a bit on the Vision Pro and see if we can get it closer to where, if we can deliver the technology that's interesting and amazing enough for what the pricing could be, that it will turn the tide on that particular technology. And they can just float along with AI because, honestly, it's such a turbulent space that if it doesn't do well, so what? And if it does great, so what? Because there's such peaks and valleys in the whole AI space at the moment that, I don't think Apple's going to really screw it up, but they're in a good position because they don't honestly have to depend on it the way some other companies and some other products do. They can't make Siri any worse, it doesn't seem like, so it can only become hopefully somewhat better. They'll give people the option. For people who are all invested in this stuff, they'll have that ability to use it with things. For people who don't want to use it and think that it's still insecure and it doesn't have enough privacy protections, well, then don't use it. So they've covered themselves well. And I wonder if that has given them, again, a bit of cloud cover to be able to retool the Vision Pro headset and hopefully get it into a better form. I don't know. This is all speculation. I have no insider information. I haven't seen anything else where anybody's saying anything to that effect. But that feels right to me, that Apple has been struggling to be able to come up with something that will get people excited. And they threw the Vision Pro out there, hoping that maybe because it was in many ways so superior to other headsets, that it might charge up people and get them interested. But with that price point, it was always going to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Most people just don't have $3,500 laying around to spend on a VR headset that, let's be honest, doesn't do all that much. You can run through all the apps on the Vision Pro pretty quickly, unless you want to do this immersive computing, which I don't think most people really want to do in the long term. So this may be a case of something outside of Apple's control actually giving them a nice breather. So we'll see. I don't know. That's just my speculation on it. I would be curious. Read the article I linked to here, and you let me know what you think, because it's just a theory, but I kind of like it. Later.